Hey guys, it's Sharika and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you. So today we are doing some king crab legs, and I have my Florida butter over here. For today's drink, I have a strawberry mojito. You guys probably saw this on my story on Instagram this weekend. So I will post the recipe somewhere in this video. It's so good. So let me go ahead and say my grace. Amen. Whoa, that is delicious. Thank you to everybody that watched the last video. That video was so funny. So we do have a story time today. But I'm gonna go ahead and get us a good old dip first. And then we're gonna get into story time. Ooh. Alright. Get this out of the shell. I haven't had king crab in the shell in a while. Cause y'all know I've spoiled myself with the de-shell king crab. All right, I dip this. That's good. I'm not gonna do a close-up on this one because it's not long enough. Oh, and I got some lemon back here. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So the story is from For My Man. And I think it's one of the new episodes that came on last weekend, I think. So, y'all know I have to always change the name. So it was a girl named Keisha. And her friends, they were just sitting outside, you know, talking, chilling, whatever. And a dude walked up. We'll call him Nino. So Nino walked up. So he thought Keisha was really cute. Keisha was 18 and he was 30. Oof. Do it one more time. And look. Oof. Delicious. Just let it fall all in there. So she knew exactly who he was because he was one of the little D boys from the neighborhood. So she knew exactly who he was. So he was just like, you know, hey, little mama, let me holler at you real quick, you know. So he ain't have to tell her twice. She jumped right up. She went over there. They started talking. So he was like, you know, I be seeing you around the neighborhood and I heard you don't got no man, so why don't you let me take you out? So she thinking like, all right, bet, because, you know, this could be a one-time opportunity. Like, I'm about to hop on this. Like, everybody in the neighborhood knew who he was, you know, and like I said, he was like the depot of the neighborhood. Like, so she was down with it. So they go to talking. He took her out. And they said on the show that when he took her out, he wined and he dined her. He treated her like a princess. But once they hit the bedroom, he treated her like the queen of Wakanda. Okay? These the people words, not mine, okay? He showed her some things that she ain't know about, okay? So now she hooked over the sweetmeat. So boom, they dating. Everybody know him now. They like the it couple. He did everything for her. Spoiled her rotten. You know, because he had money. So after a while of dating, they never had the conversation about, you know, what he did. But she knew already. Well, this particular day, he said, you know, I need your help. I need your help, little mama. So it's training day, okay? So he's like, I need you to pack this stuff up for me. So she like, boy, what? He like, come on, man, that ain't gonna happen. I got you good. So he had a whole little operation. That's why I call him Nino, okay? Nino Brown. He had a whole little operation like New Jack City. He had people working for him. He had girls walking around with no shirts on while they was packing the stuff up. Everything. It was just, the whole thing was lit. So he taught her how to do everything. He taught her how to bag it up. Everything that she needed to know, she now knows. So now not only is that her man, but they something like business partners now. Everybody in the street knew who she was. So if he wasn't around, they knew to bring the money to her. She kept count of everything. So they've been going together now. By this time, they're going together for years. And he would give her like $1,100 a week for her part in it. And this was like 1995. Okay. So boom, everything going good. One day, Keisha finds out that Mr. Nino Brown messing around with another girl. Right? So she pulls up to the trap house. His homeboy sitting up front. She like, where Nino at? Where Nino at? They were like, look, mama, he ain't here. Calm down. She was like, She went back to the room. She busted in the door. This fool got a whole hoochie back there serving him proper. So they go to fight him. I'm not lying, y'all. I know y'all cracking up. I'm not lying. This is what happened on the show. I had a link in the description box. So they go to fight him. He was finally able to break them apart. So she heads out, Keisha heads out the room and go grab the peacemaker. Because she knew where everything was. So she pointed it, I mean, she did the whole thing. She did the whole gangster lean with it and everything. Like, she pointed it to the side, everything. So he threw his hands up too, because he like, you know, she know how to use it, because he taught her how to do it. So, you know, he knew she wasn't playing. So she turned around to the girl and said, walk. You know what I mean? Because the girl started walking out. Keisha came back in the room. And he just telling her, you know, baby, please, I'm sorry. Singing the whole little Lenny Williams song to her, everything. So he wiggled his way back in there. She done took him back. So the business was booming. Everything straight. One of his workers was on his way to the house, to the trap house, and got pulled over. Now he got all the work in the trunk. So when the police go to the trunk and see all of that, of course, he was arrested. So when he get down to the station, it don't take little baby long before he's singing like a bird. So because of how much product he had, the feds took the case. They want the big dog. They know he worked for somebody, right? He started singing like a bird. So now the investigation has started. So, you know, when you're dealing with the feds, they tapping phones, pay phones, street light cameras, everything. So the word get back to Nino that he's being watched by the feds. So now he's being extra careful. He not staying at the same place for long. You know, he having other people make moves for him. Well, this particular day, because they had met up with a few of his workers that was snitching, but still, you know, still being around him and stuff. So they already had the names of Nino and Keisha that was running things. Like, she was a whole queen pin. So, and he had like, I think about 16 people working for him. So one day, one of his dudes had to make a drop. But Nino didn't want to go do it because, you know, he knew the feds was watching him. So Keisha said she'll do it. So she meet up with the dude. He was working with the feds. And the feds was watching the whole time. They follow her to her house. She didn't see him watching her. The next morning, when she came out of her house, she noticed the car sitting outside the house. And she was thinking like, well, who car is that? Because the only cars that's ever over there is the people that live there. So she just keep walking to her car. And the dudes get out the car. The feds. So she was thinking that somebody was going to try to take her. Because they got some smoke with Nino. So that's the first thing that she said came to her mind. Like, oh, Lord, somebody, you know, trying to roll up on me, right? So when they got a little closer to her, they showed her the badge and they put her in the car. So they immediately started asking her about Nino, like, where Nino at? She was like, I don't know. You know, she was a ride or die. She wasn't gonna say nothing. She wasn't gonna give up her man. She was like, I don't know where he at. So they drive up to one of the houses that one of the detectives seen him go in. So they know that's where he at. So they pulled up with her in the car and they said, is he in there? Tell us if he in there or not. If you don't tell us, then, you know, we going in with force. So she was like, okay, well, do what you got to do. If that's what y'all going to do what you got to do. So they go in. They can't find him at first. They start tearing up the house. And they ended up finding them hiding in a closet. So, of course, they're tearing the house up because they can't find no product. But they did find money. They found his books where he keep, like, count of everything, who needs to be paid, this, that, and the third. Like, it was a whole operation. So, when they get in the car, they put him in the same car with her. He didn't even say nothing to her when he got in the car. Because he knew she was a ride or die. And baby wasn't going to say a word, okay? So he just told her, he said, don't even worry about it. We straight. They ain't going to find nothing. We good. So they get down to the station. They start questioning him first. In separate rooms, of course. They start questioning him first. And he was just like, I have my own business. Y'all didn't find anything. So, you know, I don't know why y'all holding me. But I have my own business. And that's where the money comes from. So he messed around with him for a little while. You know, made him mad. And then he said, you know, he wanted his lawyer. So that interview was over. So they started working on her. Same thing. She ain't telling them nothing. So they told her, okay, they're going to start laying out all the information that they know about her. They said, we know you was cooking it. We know you was bagging it up. We know you was doing this. We know your nickname is freaking Betty Crocker of the hood. Like, we know all these things about you. You need to go ahead and give him up. She stayed quiet. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So they gave her a little deal. They said, okay, we don't want you. We want your boyfriend. Give him up. Testify against him. And you can go. You don't have to ever worry about this again. You can go. You can walk out of here a free woman. Or, you know, you got all of these charges against you. Still, she wasn't talking. She wasn't snitching. They threw her in the cell. They left her in there for 7 days. Pulled her out. They tried again. This time she had her lawyer in there. So, you know, they like, okay, give them up. You can walk out of here. Told her the charges she had against her. Her attorney told her, take the deal. She fired her attorney and told them no deal. Okay? Like the goddamn game show. Okay? No deal. So then they're in jail. They writing each other back and forth, and he telling her, you know, we're not gonna get convicted. Don't worry about nothing. It don't matter what they tell you. Don't worry about it. We got this. We good. So she stuck to the plan, thinking, you know, whatever. They get to trial. They gave her 30 years. They gave him life. So she is like devastated because she thought that it was going to be a chance that they can get out. They can be together. Had she known she was going to have to do 30 years, she would have been singing like a bird, period. But she got 30 years. So she eventually stopped talking to him altogether because she's just like, all of this behind him, you know, I could have been you know, somewhere living life instead of being trapped in a freaking cage. So she ended up cutting ties with him. So by this time she served 19 years in jail. And that's when President Obama had rolled out that program for inmates that were in jail for drug charges that really wasn't a threat to the community or whatever. So she applied for that program, and then she received the letter back saying that they approved her, so she was able to get out after 19 years. Okay guys, so I hope you're done eating if you're eating with me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the next 2 videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye y'all.